Yes, I know. I almost always record inside a car. And even today I'm partly inside the car, but at least I'm halfway on the outside. What will I talk about today? Let's find out. Yesterday I made a video about how I recorded the Burzum albums, but I forgot to talk about a few of the recordings. I forgot the From the Depths of Darkness, which was made in the exact same manner as the other post-prison albums. That is, I just copied small pieces and cut and paste and made a proper sound of that. It was not done very quickly that time, because doing it digitally actually, for some reason, makes everything take much more time. It's very difficult to get access here, so I will finish this and I'll get back to you in a minute. The demo tapes were made simply by recording it on a normal cassette player, and then I took the recording and I played the guitar on top of that whilst playing the cassette tape on another cassette player. And of course there are limits to how many times you can do that and still have a tape that is even remotely listenable. So I only added a few instruments, 2 guitars and 1 bass. Let me see here. Okay, and that's how it was done. And I did it in my apartment, and that was it. Real quick, real easy. Real low cost. I had to buy a cassette tape to do it. I'm trying to attach a piece down here. It's not very easy. It's for the cooling system. The recording of the Mayhem album that I participated on, that would be De Mysteris Dum Satanas, and this one is a bit short, so it barely fits. I had to cut it. That's on. There we go. We recorded it in Bergen, my hometown, and it was not done the exact same manner as the Burzum albums. First of all, Hallhammer set up his kit in the great concert hall in Grieghallen. So we had a natural acoustics and used that for the sound, which was pretty cool. And we recorded in the studio that was on the, I guess that's 2nd floor, with a view to the concert hall, so we could see him playing the drums down there. One of the things I remember the most is that one time when Hallhammer and I was parking the car, we didn't have enough coins for the parkometer, so we stood there and we didn't really know what to do. And while standing there, this old woman came up to us and just opened her purse and asked us to help ourselves, you know, which in Bergen is quite common. The women there are pretty weird. So she just came up to us and asked us to help ourselves. And Hallhammer, coming from Oslo, you know, one big immigrant ghetto of crime-ridden sewage, he was so shocked, and he couldn't forget about it and kept talking about it for ages afterwards. It was just like, wow, have I come to another planet? This is so strange. And the funny thing is that having grown up in Bergen, these things have happened to me several times. One time I went to the shop and I had only coins to pay with, and I bought 1 liter of milk and 1 bread. So I looked really, really poor. And when I left the shop, one of the women who had also been inside the shop came running after me. And she gave me 10 kroner. Here, buy yourself a bread, something like that. Because she thought I had so little money, and I did. So that's the women in Bergen. It's still a small town. It's not ruined by... Oh, maybe it's ruined now. I don't know. That was more than 20 years ago, so things change. The vocals that Attila did was very different from what I expected. So, and I think many people have been very disappointed. Others love it. That's okay. But I think the problem was that he wanted to put his own personal touch to the album. And from an artistic point of view, that's fine, right? But to me, at least, being, you know, accustomed to the way the vocals were done for Freezing Moon, which is a really cool track when Dead sings it, I didn't like this change. I didn't like to have things done in a different way. I mentioned already that the reason why I played the bass line for the Mayhem album in the first place was that Euronymous had told so many rumors about me and created an extreme image for me because I was on his label, that he in the end had to include me in his own band, otherwise Mayhem wouldn't be the most extreme band anymore. So it wasn't because I was such an incredible bass player or because of friendship or anything. It was just that he wanted to ensure that Mayhem would be the most, or remain the most extreme metal band in Norway. I didn't spend a lot of time with the Mayhem guys, really. We rehearsed a few times, I think probably only 3 or 4 times. But playing the bass line on the album wasn't really that hard. I had to make a few riffs of my own because Necro Butcher hadn't been playing with them for a while, so the new stuff didn't have any, bass line. And so a few of the riffs on the album is actually made by me. That would be the bass riffs, like all the balalaika type riffing. We rehearsed in Oslo when I was there, so we didn't rehearse a lot, and the moment of truth. True cult off-road cars since the 1970s. Ah crap, I lost the part.